Moore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada for our main event. 12 opening 3 minutes of this schedule. George Foreman's been hurt by that shot. Teddy, I think he's going to go down. I think he's going to go down after getting tagged right there.
He doesn't know where to go. I mean, he's like a guy that's caught in a hailstorm. He's trying to get to the other side of the street, but he just doesn't know where it is now.
Doubling up that jab, it serves him well to the body. Big George Foreman against Lennox Lewis. Boy, if he can deliver that power to the chin of Lennox Lewis, George Foreman may have himself a special night here.
Oh, he will. And guess what? Lewis won't. Because he'll be seeing stars and hearing all kinds of birds. And that's the thing. Foreman has the better chin here. And he can punch with both sides, on both sides, right hand and left hook. For George, he has to look out for that right hand. The danger comes from that with Lennox Lewis.
Halfway through round number 1. Scored well up top. Lewis's blocking ability is doing well for him there. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by George Foreman. Blocks that punch. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. How much of what Lewis does well is the fact that he has a great identity of himself as a fighter?
Well, that's all of it. Because, you know, we've talked about his body. We've talked about all those things, the physical power. You have to know how to use it and what way you're going to go about that. He has discovered that.
Nice block by George Foreman.
Get out of the way from those punches.
A little head hunting with the right. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. And he ties up on the inside. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Good flush shot upstairs. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. George Foreman's doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away. Lennox Lewis blocks that punch.
In and out.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot.
Hey, you got some of that too.
We count down the final moments of this round.
You need to move your head more, okay? Side to side.
And round number 3 is underway. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Good block there by George Foreman. Lewis Lewis is scoring with that right hand. What a big shot from George Foreman. Foreman smashed up top. Oliver McCall, Hasim Rahman. We know where Lennox Lewis's weakness lies.
Yes, with that beard. Sometimes a little china in that chin. But the strength of Lennox outweighs any flaws in that area.
Good shot to the head with that right hand. Lewis is left, working well that time. A good block. Last 10 seconds. And that's the end of round 3. Well, if things continue like this, this is going to be an interesting stretch run of this fight. Beginning of round number 4.
Just like that, just like that.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Halfway through this round. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Lewis has got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. Really frustrating his opponent now, as he's so defensively sound, it doesn't make for an easy target.
No, it doesn't, and it makes for a very frustrating night for his opponent. I see his opponent now, if you notice, he's getting a little tentative. He's afraid to let the punches go because when he misses, he's worried he's going to leave an opening.
He missed by a mile. That wasn't even close by Lewis.
Watch that!
Fourth round now with its last 10 seconds. Teddy, as Foreman settles in after that round, you can see swelling.
Yeah, that's something George is not used to because he's used to making other guys swell. You know, he hits them, they swell up. Now he has to deal with it.
Throwing a lot of punches here. Now his opponent is showing very, very good movement. What adjustments can he make to deal with that movement?
Well, Joe, when you're fighting a guy who's smart, who's hard to hit, first of all, you got to shorten those punches up. If they're wide, they have no chance at all. And you got to go to the one place that's not moving. Guess where that is? Downstairs.
Halfway into round number 5 here. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Lewis. Hook lands from Lennox Lewis.
Pace yourself.
Oh, and he got caught right there. Everything was going fine, and then he got caught.
Well, that's the problem. It was going too fine. He got a false sense of security. The other guy wasn't throwing back. He took for granted, and bang, you can't take for granted in this ring.
Double up on your punches.
Ten seconds to go in this round. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. And round 5 comes to an end. One of his eyes is completely shut. They want this fight to continue on. They want to give themselves every chance they have to win it. What do they need to do?
Well, what they need to do is be very calm in the corner, get pressure on that cut, get the right medicines in there, and maybe find a way to fool around in the corner somehow, dump some water, in the corner where the referee has to spend a little bit more time cleaning it up. They want to get a little bit more seconds.
Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Punch and move, punch and move.
Halfway through round 6. Foreman's tagged. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Lewis.
Oh, you're doing great. Back to the body.
Final 10 seconds. And round 6 comes to an end. Lewis is well conditioned to the realities of this harsh business of boxing. But even though we know what we've seen out of some ringside scorecards through the years, I'd be shocked if everybody doesn't have him ahead in this fight right now.
Yeah, but never be shocked in this business because you never know with these blind judges sometimes. I hate to say it that bluntly, but time and time again, you just get shocked when you hear the score at the end of the night.
Foreman's got to figure out a way to do something different here. I mean, I know he's committed to being a counterpuncher, but right now he's giving rounds away.
Yeah, he is, because he's waiting for things to happen that are not happening. He's laying back, he's waiting for the guy to walk in. See, to be a good counterpuncher, an effective counterpuncher, guy has to come close to you. But his opponent's staying at a distance. He's not giving him anything to counter.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. He clinches when he gets to the inside. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Nice strike after catching one by Lennox Lewis. Seconds to go in the 7th.
I don't want you to slug it out with this guy, all right?
Start of round number 8. Teddy's scorecard has it very one-sided. Lennox Lewis has done as he has pleased all night long.
Yeah, well, he has an opponent in front of him, quite honestly, Joe, that gets insulted if you miss him.
Foreman's work rate is impressive, Teddy, but his connect percentage is not.
No, there's two reasons for it, Joe. One is his opponent. His opponent is pretty smart there. You know, he's not just standing there saying, hey, hit me. He's moving, he's being smart defensively. The other thing is the punches are a little too wide. Needs to shorten them up a little.
Jump on him. Nice.
Lennox Lewis doing what he does best, and that is firing off that jab. So punch after punch, he keeps taking punishment. Starting to wonder here, Teddy, how much more will he be able to take?
You want it to be the inclination of a fighter, in this case a warrior, to go on. But sometimes enough is enough, and you just have to take your losses and come back to fight another day. I believe we've gotten to that point.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Foreman's defense penetrated by a well-targeted uppercut. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis has got that catch-me-if-you-can kind of attitude. He's almost daring his opponent at this point to try to land a headshot, but his movement's been so good. His defense is just supreme.
Yeah, it is. He's moving from the waist. He's slipping the straight shots. He's weaving the hooks. He's doing a real magical job in there, but his opponent is making no adjustments at all.
Solid left hand to the head. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by George Foreman.
Stay away from the inside. All right, let's do it.
Halfway through the 9th round.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Crafty counter punching. Oh boy, big shot up top. Lewis is putting a smile on his corner man's face right there and frustrating his opponent with that jab. Distance, such a key factor always, Teddy, when it comes to defense. With his good foot movement, he's been keeping that distance. His opponent, how does he close that gap properly?
Well, first of all, he's got to use his jab to close it because he's getting picked off coming in. He's getting pot-shotted. So he's got to have something coming at his opponent that keeps him distracted. Use that jab. Now, don't use it conventionally, Joe. You're jabbing at the head, you're not finding nothing. You're just finding space. So jab a little lower. Drop the sights a little bit. Jab at his chest. Just so you touch something, and then you can work your way in. You can start to find them a little.
Final chance, last 10 seconds of round 9. And that's the end of round 9. His eye is completely shut. He really is at risk of being a TKO loser here. I suppose if he can defend himself properly, the fight will go on.
Yeah, well, that's going to be up to the discretion, the judgment of the referee. I mean, this is what the referee is paid for. His judgment in this kind of situation.
Big left hand from Lennox Lewis.
Back to the body. Body shot.
protecting his head well with his guard. Lewis is making this so that it's becoming a very frustrating night for his opponent. I mean, when your defense is that sharp, it can just drive your opponent crazy.
Yeah, it can. First of all, it can start to break down. You know, we always look at the physical things in life and anything. You know, you're pounding a guy and you're going to break the guy down. Hey, if you're just smart, you're slick like this guy, and you're making a guy miss, you start to break him down. He's breaking the guy down that way.
Lennox Lewis with a big right hand. Not able to land the headshot.
Beat him to the punch.
Goes up top with a right hand. If there was a baseball umpire around, he'd call that a strikeout by Lewis.
I want you to bang the head and the body, all right?
Try as they may, George Foreman's corner has been unable to fix what looks like a broken Humpty Dumpty face on there. As we start round 11, the scorecard and his face tell the story.
Come on, get focused.
Oh, good defense there. That was a fine block by George Foreman. Just look at the way he is right now, Teddy. George Foreman's breathing right through his mouth. His mouth's wide open. That's a telltale sign.
Yeah, he's spent. I mean, we know what he can't do now. It looks like he can't really throw punches. You know, he can't keep a pace. But what can he do? He can grab on. He can hold. He can get time off the clock.
And he engages in the clinch.
Finish with the hook.
George Foreman's covered with his blood right now. That cut just opened up something fierce.
And, you know, you wonder about the psychological damage or potential damage to that. You know, does that affect him where he gets a little down? Does that affect his opponent where maybe his opponent gets a little reckless?
Nice block by Foreman. Wow! He is leveled. How could he possibly get up from that? He's not going to. This fight's over. It's over. Exciting stuff here in a fight that looked like each guy was neutralizing the other. One single punch determines it with a knockout.
I know it's not good for him, but it's good for us, good for our audience, and it's good for the sport because people come, they don't come to see a pitching match. They come to see home runs, and they just got one.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us.